Hello, everyone. I'm Ariana Samoto, and welcome back to More King's Quest 2, Romancing the Stones. Okay, so last episode we've got, a sure cube from the horse, and we've got the growth gem. So we've got the birth gem, the growth gem, and then now we're on our quest to seek the death gem. So if I remember correctly, the town is now closed. So, because I think we could go that way, but I'm pretty sure the town's going to be closed. Like, I think the gates are closed. So we're just going to go take a look, because I'm pretty certain they're closed. Yeah, they do close the town gates. See, this is what I mean by, like, the church. Like, what the heck? It's so weird. It's weird that the church, like, makes that a thing. That they are open at that time, but yet nobody would come because the church is closed. Oh.
The church bell is tolling.
Creepy. And did you see there were eyes?
Trees seemingly form a wall here, barring your passage to the north.
Did you see the eyes? See eyes! There were eyes there. Let's see if we can see them.
Trees.
I guess not. Okay, let's go in and see if we can talk
Finding
to
the door unlocked and unbarred, you enter the church. The symbol of the faith is displayed prominently in the church. A hideous statue of a grinning fiend forms an archway leading to the church's outdoor cemetery. You notice a Bible on the end of a pew.
Pick it up. Take a look at it.
You look over the Bible, which appears to be many decades old. You open it and find that an otherwise blank page at the front has been written on. It is dated over 20 years ago.
Okay. To all those who have heard the word, we are the chosen few, blessed by the spirits of the wild, destined for greatness, concealed by the cloth. There is but one challenge we must overcome before our future can be set in stone. The simple people of Kalima cling still to the memory of their former ruler. Even now, years after his fate's dark turn, they retain their hope that he will not forsake them. As long as this is so, our goal cannot be attained. So, my brothers, it is our duty to see the land cleansed of its blight.
You return the Bible to where you found it. You also notice that a page
I was
from
still
the Bible
reading.
has fallen onto the floor. You pick up the fallen page and read it. The words appear to have been written recently. Spiders earnest with spindly eight spin webs with negligible weight.
Interesting. But I want to keep reading that
You
section
look
of the
over the
Bible. So, my brothers, it is our duty to see the land cleansed of its blight. Do not fear our enemy. Our faith, purpose, and power will guide us to the future we were promised. A path has been found to him, O brothers. Let him hear the warning howls. The cloth will be lifted for all time, and our songs will echo the end of time, his influence and his family. Our time is at hand. Lewoof. Huh?
You return the...
Interesting. Lewoof. Let's take a look at
You
that.
read the Bible page again. Spider...
It's just one little page, okay?
The monk is dressed in a simple ankle-length robe. A belt of thick leather is tied around his ample waist. He wears worn sandals.
Well, let's go talk to him.
The monk is in deep... The monk... You have no... From the... Feeling humbled, you kneel down to pray. You rise again after a few moments. The monk stirs, stands, and turns to face you.
Okay.
Father, I go now to a place of darkness. While I am stout of heart, the path laid down before me is unclear. I seek only the knowledge that my passage be illuminated by heavenly favor, and a prayer that I may make it through.
The monk gives you a reassuring smile and pats you on the shoulder. He then lifts a silver cross from around his neck and places it in your hands.
Thank you.
You are welcome, my child.
You can talk?
Of course.
I thought monks were forbidden from speaking.
Not all churches follow the same rules, and this church is quite unique.
Really? How so?
The monk just smiles placidly at you.
About this crucifix.
I believe you will find the cross to be of immense value. It has come to us at a huge price.
It was expensive?
I mean that it has cost us more than any value to be in possession of it.
Oh.
If I may ask, why is it that you only open the church at dusk?
We find the late hours more favorable.
But surely then you would not have many in your congregation.
Yes, that is true.
What do you know of the Count?
Only that he is a heathen, a blasphemer. You serve God well by going there, my child. Bless you.
The monk smiles at you, turns back to the altar, kneels, and resumes his prayers.
Okay. Let's take a look at this cross.
It is a shiny silver cross dangling from a silver chain.
Okay. We're going to save it as cross. Oops, wrong buttons. Now let's go out.
The door.
Let's take a look at this first.
The image of the radiant full moon floods into the church, spilling a circular white light over the floor.
Interesting. Okay, let's head out. We're gonna go over here.
Without warning, a pair of wolves dart out of the dark forest and dash towards you.
Oh no! What?
For a minute there, you thought those wolves were going to attack. Curious as to why they didn't, you decide to follow them.
Yeah, that was creepy.
You see the monk standing alone outside the church. Then you notice the two wolves approaching him. You are about to yell a warning to the monk, but the words die in your throat as the man steps forward and pats the wolves' heads.
Okay.
No, my brothers. We must not hurt him. Not yet. He will go to the heathen's abode. He will do what needs to be done. What if he does not? Then, my brothers, we will complete the task before us. The one we began many years ago.
Oh, creepy voice. Oh my goodness, look, he's so scary looking. What happened? What is he?
You quickly move away from the church, your heart racing faster with every step. You have a good idea now what will happen once the moon comes out in full, and you do not want to be anywhere near here when it does.
Yeah, it's creepy.
One thing's for sure, you're not getting married in that church.
Yeah, it's creepy.
There's nothing
Interesting. Okay, good to know. Okay, let's go this way. So we're gonna save it again as cross. And you know what? Let's first go down this way. I want to see.
Smoke rises from the...
Let's go in there and see.
You rap on the treehouse door and wait a moment, but get no response.
Well, let's go in.
You rap...
Well, fine then. Let's go down. Okay, let's go take a look here.
The door...
Oh, sir, have you seen my little granddaughter? She ventured to the town to buy food for me, but has not yet returned. I fear she may be in peril. The forest is not safe at night.
Let's go see if we can find her. Is she up this way? No. Okay, let's go down.
You hear the sound of a child sobbing nearby. As you approach, you recognize the child. It is Possum, the little girl you helped earlier today.
Okay, let's go talk to her.
Are you all right? What happened?
I went into town to buy some chicken soup for my grandma. I always try to reach home before dark, but this eve I lost my way and was attacked.
Attacked? A wolf attacked you?
No, not by a wolf, a dwarf.
For a
Aw.
moment, you're not sure that you heard correctly.
A dwarf, did you say?
Uh-huh. He jumped out at me, took my food, and then ran away.
What a jerk.
Listen, I'm going to try to find this dwarf that you say stole your food. You get back to your grandma, understand?
Possum nods, says a soft thank you, and heads back home.
Aw, poor Possum. Okay, we're going to save it again. We're going to save it as Possum. All right. Now let's go and... Oh, no, that's not where I want to go. This is where I want to go.
You rap on the...
Nothing happens, so we're going to go around to this side, I think. Hide.
You watch as a little man runs out of the door, which has been built into a tree. You surmise that you have found the culprit's home. The vague aroma of chicken soup confirms it. That fiend.
What a jerk. Awful little man. Okay, we're going to save it again. Awesome. Save. Yes. And we're going to... Oh, no. There. Excuse me. No. I want to go in here.
Finding the door ajar.
Go down. Go in here quickly. Okay, we're going to go and take a look in this.
Upon opening the trunk, you find a number of items that the dwarf has obviously stolen and stashed away. Among them are some gold coins. They display the distinctive face of the first king. They could only have come from the magic chest of Daventry.
What a jerk, stealing our
That's
things.
That's not a knife. The knife you
Okay, we're going to get in.
close.
Go look here.
You grab.
Okay, so we're going to save it again as Possum. And we're going to go out. Climb up.
The door is
And out we go.
You hear the latch fall into place again as the door closes behind you.
Good. Let's go over and get the soup to Possum and her grandma. Come on, go down. There we go.
You'll need to
walk to the door first. Okay.
Welcome. Come in, please. Possum told me to expect you.
Yeah, we're gonna put the soup over the fire here and warm it up for you.
You place the now cold chicken soup over the crackling fire once more. After it heats up to eating temperature, you remove it again.
Okay, now we're gonna go give it to Grandma.
You offer the soup to Possum's grandma, introduce yourself, and wait courteously while the frail elderly lady eats the nourishing meal. When she is finished, she sets the empty bowl down elsewhere and turns her attention towards you.
Okay, let's talk to her.
If you would like to speak with me for a while, I would welcome your company. A person should never turn away a visitor, especially when she reaches the twilight of her life.
You can't help but feel a sense of finality in the old woman's words.
You must
Aw.
have something in return for your kindness. You do not need to risk your safety for an old, worn-out woman like myself. Look under the bed. You should find something to keep you a little warmer on a cold night like this.
take a look.
You peer under the bed and find a thick black cloak. Lying atop it is a beautiful ruby-encrusted ring. You pick both up with reverence.
I could not possibly take these fine things from you.
Oh, please. I want you to have them. Nights in Kolima are cold. Believe me. As for the ring, well, perhaps it is better that I do not have it to remind me.
As you wish.
Oh, that's so sad.
You have a charming young granddaughter.
Grandma smiles at you graciously.
She is a treasure to me. I would do anything to ensure that no harm comes to her.
If I may inquire, what became of her parents?
Grandma frowns, and her eyes darken for a moment before she forces a melancholy smile to her face.
They were lost to us many years ago. I am afraid dear Possum never really knew her parents.
It must have been a daunting task raising a child by yourself, especially at your
At my age? I am certainly not as young as I used to be, and there is no shame in that. I have tried to raise her as best I could, to keep her safe and well. However, I fear that as of late the reverse has become truer.
If you please, I was hoping you might tell me of the cloak and ring's origin.
The old woman closes her eyes as if the memory she seeks is painful to her senses.
They were my husband's. He was a proud man, the last of his line. His family had been rich, a great deal of old money, you might say. They lived in that castle you might have seen to the north. Its location upon that island is evidence of how much they valued their privacy. He was a good man, my husband. He took care of me. Certainly he had his strange habits. Most men do, if you would pardon me for saying so. I suspect that he practiced magic, so I could never catch him in the act. He would frequently journey afar, taking that black cloak with him wherever he went, to places he would not talk about. He said that it represented something important to a certain group of people, and that I was never to mention it to anyone. But he was always there for me, always, until that fateful night. We had been married just over a year, and I was heavy with child. We were both out walking in the weirwood forest late one night. The air was warm, and in our youth we paid little attention to the world and its many dangers. Besides, there was a full moon. We could see clearly enough. A shadow passed over us. We looked up, thinking it might have been a stray cloud. It was not. Descending upon us like a demon was the largest, most hideous bat I had ever seen. Its fangs were bared, and it dove straight for me. I must have screamed. My husband flung himself in front of me to protect me. He swung his arms about frantically in hopes of warding the horrid thing away. Perhaps he was trying to cast a spell, but could not recall how in his panic. It paid him no heed and would not be deterred. It swooped again and again relentlessly. At one point, my husband's hand must have clipped the bat's wing because it lost control and crashed into his shoulder. He tried to wrest the foul creature away, but then he shrieked suddenly. The horrid thing had bitten him.
That sucks.
He never did recover from that incident. He just faded with each passing hour. Within 2 days of the attack, my husband had died. We buried him on his family's plantation on the island. Sometimes when I sleep, I can feel him watching over me, guarding me, protecting me. I think he is waiting for my time to come so we can be together always.
The old lady seems to be dozing off. You can barely hear her final words.
I miss him so.
Telling the story has clearly taken a great deal out of her. You watch the old woman a moment and notice her labored breathing as she sleeps. Despite the little girl's tireless daily efforts, perhaps there's nothing more to be done.
Oh, poor Grandma, poor Possum.
The little girl is fast asleep. Grandma has fallen asleep.
Okay, now we're just gonna save it again. We're gonna call it Grandma. Okay, we'll leave now. Oh, another cutscene, eh?
Sister Agatha, my dear, tell me you have good news.
The king has arrived in Kalima, father.
That is not what I meant.
Yes. Well, he appears to be quite resourceful. It seems his reputation was not totally exaggerated.
He's still alive?
For
Oh
now.
no.
But that will change soon, I think. The king has discovered that one of the gems he seeks is in the possession of a colleague of ours. Do you remember? Kaldor.
Yes. Is he still trustworthy?
Totally. Still sharp, and there's no questioning his loyalty.
Mm.
My humblest apologies, father, but would it not have been simpler for you to have dealt with Graham personally?
Fool! Imagine the ensuing chaos where Daventry's king murdered in his own land. How then would I be able to search for the item?
I see.
Failure is not an option.
Understood, father.
Keep me informed, preferably of good King Graham's death.
Oh, so he's the dude is in Daventry. It's interesting. Okay, so now I want to go to the castle, I think. So we want to go north. Can I go north? Do I have to go this way? Yes. Okay. And then I want to go this way. And go a little bit around that. Go. Okay. Now this is the forest we have to go through, so let's head inside the forest. And this is gonna suck, so we're gonna save it again as Grandma. So we're gonna read, because like there's oops. We're gonna put this on.
The black cloak is a fine garment. This item can...
We're going to put it on.
With a flourish, you fling the black cloak around your neck and fasten it.
Okay, and then we're going to wear the ring too, I think.
You are now wearing the beautiful ruby ring.
Yes, okay. Now, we want to take a look at this again.
You read the Bible page again. Spiders earnest with
South.
spindly eight,
So-
spin webs with negligible weight.
So each one of those words, each beginning letter signifies the direction in which you're supposed to go. So,
you read spiders
south,
earnest with
east,
spindly
west.
eight, spin webs with negligible weight.
southeast, south. Okay, so we want to go south, east, west, south,
You read the Bible. Spiders earnest with spindly eight, spin webs with negligible
east,
weight.
southwest, east. Oh, what? Damn it! I went the wrong way. Okay. Let's just go. Okay, let's just start again. So it was south, west. Okay, well, we'll just restore it as Grandma. Restore. So we're going to go south, Oh wait, no, we're gonna put her cloak on first. We're gonna wear the ring.
You are now wearing the black.
Put it on.
With a flourish, you fling the black cloak around your neck and fasten it.
Okay. All right, now we're gonna go south, west,
You read Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with...
oh, butts, I put the wrong one. Okay, it's south, restore, grandma, restore. Okay. First things first. The cloak on.
You can't use that there.
No,
you
put it on. Put it
with
on.
A flourish.
And then we're gonna put the ring on.
You are...
And we're gonna save it as grandma. Okay. Now read the book, the
You
Bible
read
verse
the
again.
Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with negligible weight. You read the Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with negligible weight. You read the Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with negligible weight.
Okay. Just gonna write these down.
You read the Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8,
Come
spin
on,
webs
my
with
pen's
negligible
not working.
weight.
Oh, it does work. I just needed to write it longer. Okay.
You read the Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with negligible weight. You read the Bible page again. Spider's
South,
Earnest with
east,
Spindly
west,
8, spin
south,
webs with negligible weight.
East, south.
You read the Bible page again. Spider's Earnest with Spindly 8, spin webs with negligible weight.
I think that's right.
You read the Bible page again. Spider's
South,
Earnest with
east,
Spindly
west,
8, spin
south,
webs with
east,
negligible
south,
weight.
West, west, north, west.
You read the Spider's...
Yes, okay. Apologies. I had to find a pen. Alright, now let's go down. South. East. West. South. East. South. West. West. North. West. There we are. And we're at the front gates. So we're going to save it again as grandma. We're gonna see
The
this
shrouded ghoul looks very frightening. His hands are little more than claws, and his face is nearly completely hidden inside the hood of the shroud. He is standing in a small boat.
guy.
Boatman, I need passage. I said...
I heard.
Okay.
The ghoul's voice chills you to the bone. It speaks with a deep, resonating bitterness. You cannot make out a great deal of its face, but what you can see has the hairs on the back of your neck standing on end.
In life, I would row this boat for the master. Long ago was my untimely death in these waters, but still, I remember many things. Laughter, tears, joy, pain.
Okay.
May I cross, Sir Boatman?
You have come to raid the Master's house. This I know, but care not about. You should be warned, though. The Master is not what he once was. Never has this land known a kinder, more compassionate, and nobler ruler than he. But his fate has long since been decided. Down a dark path he now treads, and he feels naught for anyone nor anything, save for one other. And even that is a rare trait for a Nosferatu.
Nosferatu!
Please, neither the Door of Destiny nor Neptune mention this count as being undead.
So Nosferatu, if anybody knows, it's vampire.
If I may ask, Sir Boatman, how did the swamp come to be here? Is it natural?
No, the ground you stand upon was once farming land and dwellings for the peasantry.
How did it come to be like this?
A score of years passed after the master died, and a great morass opened up, covering the surrounding land with slime and poisoned water. Once rich and fertile, now it is no longer.
It's
The
almost
Count
as...
has caused this?
It is believed so, for why else would his own castle be spared?
He built it as a way to keep
Thank you,
people
Sir
away.
Boatman.
The boatman.
Okay, so if you think about anything like poisonous water and a ferryman, like if you think about it, it's reminiscent of the river Styx. And if you remember the river Styx, you remember that you need to pay the boatman in coinage.
The boatman accepts your payment and motions for you to climb into the boat.
Thank you, boatman. We're just
The
gonna...
shrouded ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side.
Okay. Now, if you remember, the horse gave us a sugar cube. We're gonna eat it.
It feels grainy.
We're gonna eat it. Because...
After swallowing the magic sugar cube, you get a feeling of invincibility.
Because you want to walk up the path, and if you
The
hadn't...
sharp thorns brush against your skin. However, instead of feeling intense pain, you only experience a slight tingling sensation. Evidently, the magic sugar cube did its job.
So the magic sugar cube protects you from the brambles. The brambles, if they poke you, will kill you.
The ghosts waver, as if being threatened by even the slightest breeze, yet something holds them in place. It may be nothing more than an intensely strong determination or sense of purpose that keeps the spirits anchored to this world.
So...
The main...
We're gonna just start walking ahead.
As you approach the ghosts wearing the black cloak, they seem to notice you, and then begin to drift away towards the cemetery.
Yay! They're leaving us alone. So we're gonna save it again. This time we're gonna save it as... Bramble. And take a look at the door.
The main entrance to the castle is a set of heavy wooden doors. It looks to be fairly solid. It also looks to be entirely unwelcoming.
We're gonna look at that.
The main entrance... As you reach to push the massive doors open, you realize there are no handles. The only thing visible is a small keyhole, which slightly resembles a cross.
Yes, it does. And we've got a cross right there.
Having an idea, you push the crucifix into the cross-shaped keyhole. It fits. You hear a click, and the door unlocks.
Yay! Okay, now we can open the
You
door.
push the heavy wooden door open, take a deep breath, and step nervously inside the castle entrance. The moment you enter the great hall of the castle, you begin shivering uncontrollably, and not just from the cold. This place has an air of death wherever you go.
Oh, but sorry, I'm gonna restore it because I don't know what... what he said there, because he said something and I don't know what it was.
You push.
Okay, now we can go inside.
The moment you enter the great hall of the castle, as if creeping around this huge castle was not enough, knowing full well that an undead creature resides here would unnerve even the most stout-hearted of adventurers, you feel desperate to get what you came for and anxious to leave as quickly as possible.
Okay, we're gonna save it again as Bramble. Yes, and I want to take a look at these paintings back here.
The portraits on the wall depict the couple who once lived here. They look young and proud. Behind the mask of apathy that comes with aristocracy, there's a certain kindness in their eyes.
That's sad. So we're gonna go up these stairs. Ooh, a shovel.
You take the...
And we're gonna light our candle.
You hold your candle up to...
Okay, now... Where do I want to go? Come on, let me out. Okay. Up these stairs. The dining hall. Oh, right. We gotta go use the stairs. We're gonna save it again. This time we're gonna save it as candle. We have to be careful on the stairs because if you...
The staircase beyond is very dark. Fortunately, your candle provides just enough light to see where you are going.
You have to be very careful because if you screw up, you're gonna fall and die. So be very careful on the stairs. Just warning you. Okay, now we're gonna take off our cloak.
The black... Hey, control your... Hey.
Don't say that. I want to take the cloak off.
The
No.
black... You remove... Nervously, you lift the heavy lid of the elegant coffin.
Empty!
You peek into its red satin interior. The coffin is unoccupied, and you feel relief wash over you.
Let's look in.
As you prepare to look inside the coffin,
King Graham,
Oh, no.
presume.
you turn on your heel. There, blocking the only exit from this dismal room, stands the Count. His skin is pale, his eyes jet black. He wears a black cloak nearly identical to the one that you possess.
You know me?
Ah, yes indeed. Sister Hagatha alerted me to your arrival, dear king.
Okay, we're gonna talk to
Desperate
him.
to stall for time, you query the Count.
Sister Hagatha, you say? Who is she?
The Count regards you with a suspicious glare.
Though I suspect you already know the answer, Hagatha is a charming mage who does as she pleases in this land.
Strange. I was not aware a new ruler had been elected.
Do not be foolish. Hagatha has no interest in the politics of this wretched place, nor do I in point of fact. Death tends to diminish one's taste for power. No. At present, she is interested only in one thing. As am I, your destruction.
Oh no!
The Count no longer appears interested in you. In an instant, you are flat against the wall. The Count has you pinned so well you can't move a muscle, much less put up a defense.
Oh no, no, no!
You can feel the Count's iron-cold hand on your throat. You have barely seconds before the inevitable happens.
We're going to grab our ring. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Give it-
With difficulty, you manage to loosen the ruby ring from your finger and drop it to the floor. The Count's eyes dart to it quickly, then flash angrily back to you.
Where did you get that?
The elderly woman. who lives in a house to the south of here, near the beach. She gave it to me for helping her.
The Count regards you
Oh,
for
no.
a moment. His dark eyes bore unendingly into yours, and you feel as if your very soul is bare.
What do you know of her?
She is not well.
I know! Do you think I am not aware of that?
You're sweating profusely. Hopefully this vampire doesn't find the odor appetizing.
Night is the most dangerous of times for my mortal family. I have kept constant vigil over my wife for many years, so that from the darkness, no harm would come to her. When her time comes, we will be together forever.
I think tonight will be the night. I have
Yeah.
seen her this very eve. I did what I could to help her, but I do not think it was enough.
Oh no. He just leaves. Okay.
As you watch the giant bat fly out of the room, you realize with dread that the Count has confiscated your crucifix. Without it, you are trapped in this castle. Now what are you going to do?
What I can. Okay. Let's look in this.
You peer into the ornate coffin. Finding it unoccupied, you see that the interior is lined with shiny red satin.
Yep, and we're gonna move the pillow.
At long last, you have located the final gem, the Death Gem. You
Yoink.
breathe deeply, reach out, and take the stone in your hands. It is ice cold to the touch, but you don't care. This is the last thing you need to unlock the door of destiny. Now all you have to do is get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There is a beautiful
Interesting. So he had another coffin ready for her. Okay. Gonna name it coffin. Alright. Now we're gonna leave. Go up the stairs. And again, be careful, because if you're not, you will fall and you will die. Okay. Now we're gonna go this way. Let out. Now we're gonna go up the tower. I think there's a, if I remember correctly, there's a tower up this way. And again, be careful on the stairs. If you're not careful, you will fall. Okay. Now we're gonna save it again as coffin. And we're gonna climb out the window.
Seeing no other possible escape route, you climb onto the ledge and carefully lower yourself outside, hoping to find a decent foothold. It is a long way down.
Okay. So now we're going
You are
to... go down. We're gonna go down. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh no, we're being attacked by
Suddenly, you hear a
bats.
swishing noise in your ear. It's joined by two others.
Oh no,
You
bats.
instinctively try to brush whatever it is away, but in doing so, lose your hold on the bricks and fall backwards.
Ah, we fall down.
Time slows as you fall, and your world turns black.
Oh no.
When I saw you, I knew it was true. There's a love between us won't be torn in two. Once wakes from sleep, I'll smile and speak. Hello, planet dawn, forevermore.
It's a beautiful view of the sky, though. I love views of the sky. Oh. Look at all that
Our guest
food.
has awoken, my love.
Ah, good evening, dear king. I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Count Kaldor, former lord of the realm of Colima. May I present my wife, Countess Lavidia.
A pleasure to see you again.
In gratitude to you for alerting me to my wife's grave condition, I took the liberty of preparing you a dish. I thought you might be hungry after your harrowing adventure at my window. You will forgive us if we do not join you. Our tastes differ from yours, do they not, my darling?
You shudder to think what different tastes actually means, but for some reason you note that you can no longer hear any rats squeaking in the distance.
Indeed, so much to become accustomed to.
You shall have all the time that the world has to share to grow accustomed to such things. Well, perhaps 30 years. Should the father locate the item by then, there might not be enough world left for anyone afterwards.
Has this father to do with why you frequently went abroad, always with that cloak of yours?
Most certainly. But I think that my affiliation with him and his association has come to a close.
Oh.
My obligations to them took me away from my beloved too often. I do not wish to repeat that mistake.
You are forgiven, my love.
Their attention, which seemed to have wavered momentarily, now redirects back to you.
Well, well, well. What to do with this one?
What were you going to do with him?
Kill him. I had quite clear instructions from Hagatha, who had apparently received them from the father himself.
But if you are not, as you say, affiliated with his association anymore...
They both share a knowing smile.
Tell us, King Graham, why are you here in Colima?
You take a deep breath, trying to ignore the fact that you are the only one capable of doing so, and relate your story of the vision in the magic mirror and your quest to find the 3 gems of nature. The Count and Countess exchange cryptic smiles.
Romancing the stones.
Indeed.
Obviously, that was a private joke, as you did not understand it.
So you search for the one with which you would share the rest of your life. On that, I cannot fault you, nor on your intentions here. Therefore, I can forgive the trespassing. However, there is the matter of the dark gem you wish to remove from my castle.
He's
I
got the
place a
stone
deal
back.
before you. I am looking for a magnificent sapphire-encrusted tiara. It is a valuable family heirloom, and has been on this estate for centuries. This castle and its estate are old, though. It could be virtually anywhere, in any number of hiding places. I suspect there are many that even I am not aware of. I wish to present this tiara to my wife as a gift to commemorate the eternity we shall spend together. If you can find it and bring it to me before sunrise, then I will give you the gem you seek and your freedom.
You nod, unable to believe that you have virtually been ushered away from death's door just so you could run an errand for a couple of vampires. You do not want to think about the consequences if you fail to meet the deadline.
Understandable. Okay, I want to talk to the Count.
So, I have until just before sunrise to retrieve this tiara?
That is correct.
And if I am unable to before that time?
The Count's eyes glint red as he looks directly into your own.
For your own sake, I shall hope that you are successful.
You bravely suppress a shudder. It seems clear that you are not off the hook yet.
Pardon my asking, but as the Countess of this realm, I presume you have lived in this castle before now?
Yes, that is so.
Then how did you come to live in that old house by the sea?
After my husband died, I continued to live in the castle for a time. I watched my newborn son grow into a man, marry, and have a child of his own.
Awesome.
Yes. Shortly after her birth, however, my son and his wife both befell a tragic end at the hands of...
The Countess looks pained and appears unable to continue.
I apologize if I have caused you to relive your grief.
A vampire cannot truly feel grief, but perhaps my wife still recalls hers. I shall continue for her, if you so wish.
Oh, that's sad.
Please, if I may know, how were your son and daughter-in-law lost to you?
They were slain by the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood?
You have met them at the church.
Your mind reels, so that is the connection.
Awful people, just
This
awful.
story...
Why would the Brotherhood kill your heirs?
Oh. As you have just guessed, the Brotherhood wish an end to the reign of my family. Why else would they give you the means to penetrate my domain, so that you could do their dirty work for them?
The Cross Key.
Exactly. Stolen from me through stealth, and their own brand of magic. The Counts of Colima have all descended from a single bloodline. We have always been partial to change, as opposed to the stagnating status quo of the Brotherhood. Over the last few decades, the Brotherhood have tried to dispose of my family as best they could. That which I am now was brought about by them. They were the ones who set the monstrous, infected bat upon me. Long have I cursed my ineptitude. I should have used magic to defend myself.
Do not be so hard on yourself, my dear. I remember that night well. That hideous creature gave you no chance.
Perhaps. But I should have awoken from my dark sleep sooner. Then I would have been able to protect our beloved son and his wife, and you would not have been forced to flee the castle, to live out your days in that wretched old house, under a false identity.
It was not so bad a time. Dear little possum loved it. I hope she will be as happy in her new home. She has a new life now, with no reason to fear any more.
This Brotherhood, are they real monks?
They were once, but something happened to them. Local folklore would have you believe that Weirwood Forest is a host to certain entities. Spirits of the wild, they are called.
And what of them?
I believe the monks encountered these spirits. What occurred specifically is beyond anyone's knowledge but their own. But it is evident that the men were given the ability to transform themselves. Unfortunately, their minds were apparently transformed also. They began to believe they were destined to rule, and since have presented great danger to myself and my family.
So the danger you face is not a result of some decades-old feud?
Not at all, dear king, though history will likely reflect such. But, to answer your question, the members of the Brotherhood are no longer the goodly monks they once were. They do not represent their fellow brethren well.
The Count has... The Count...
Grab that ham.
You take the ham from the dining table.
Go this way. Okay. Feel really bad for them. Must be really hard to lose your child.
You see a young woman sitting on the dusty floor. She has a book in her lap entitled Little Red Riding Hood.
I wish I could read this story.
A young woman sits on the dusty floor. She is reading, or trying to read, a book entitled Little Red Riding Hood. Aside from the pictures, she does not appear to be comprehending the content at all.
The book tells the story of a young girl who met a wolf in the forest.
The young woman's head snaps up. Her black eyes drill into your own. You gasp as you realize you are looking at yet another vampire. Just how many has the Count made tonight? The young woman's lips transform from hungry to, fortunately, pleasant recognition.
So you are the guest of my grandfather's house. I was hoping I would meet you again.
The woman
Wow.
is startlingly beautiful, but in an eerie, unnatural way. You find yourself unable to speak for a moment. She does look somewhat familiar, but from where?
Oh, my handsome gentleman does not recognize me?
Should I?
You remember the basket, the soup?
With a start, you recognize the young woman. She's grown and matured considerably since you last saw her. The little girl,
Wow.
Possum, has been transformed completely into this. She has traded her small ruby cloak for a dazzling satin robe of the same color.
Are you unhappy with my appearance?
No, it's just that you have me at a disadvantage. I do not know your real name.
Anastasia.
A beautiful name.
Yes, 'twas one of the few things my parents left me before they died. They're probably buried somewhere on this island, as a matter of fact. What do you seek here?
You explain your so far unsuccessful attempt to locate the tiara. The young woman looks thoughtful for a moment, then suddenly snaps her fingers. A discarded pile of books shift aside from the floor, and a single black book is revealed underneath. She appraises the black book with indignant incomprehension, then holds it out towards you. You take the book from Anastasia's hand.
I do not suppose that has anything to do with it, but it must be about something important.
Well, that was really nice of her. She's a lot more forgiving than her grandfather. That's for sure.
How do you feel about what the Count has done to you?
I am not sure. I suppose I should be grateful.
Grateful?
Yes. If he had left me as I was, I would have faced the same danger that claimed the lives of my parents. The murderers hunt my family still. We will not be completely safe until they are gone. At least I now need not fear anything that prowls by night.
True enough. And if you can avoid daylight altogether for the rest of eternity, you will be fine.
Yeah.
You have nothing else.
Okay, let's take a look at this book.
This black book is entitled Sleepy Hollow. It feels lighter than its size would suggest.
Let's open it up.
You open the book and are surprised to discover not pages, but a hollowed-out section in which sits a silver key. The key's handle resembles the shape of a sleeping child. There also appears to be something written on the back cover of the book.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
In the hollow, you can see that the inside back cover has been written on. Some words have been scrawled onto the paper. They are faded, but still mostly legible.
If treasure you... Blah, blah, sorry. If treasure you seek, my dear... Seek dear to my heart. Ugh, words. If treasure you seek, dear to my heart, tales of fiction is where you must start. Find first the beauty with stepsisters too, then visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. The girl with no flock will usher your way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. Those two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. They'll lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours, though thou get it part wrong and you'll be greeted by a Moz.
The writing scrawled on the back cover reads, If treasure you seek, dear to my heart, tales of fiction is where you must start. Find first the beauty with stepsisters too, then visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. The girl with no flock will usher your way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. Those two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. They'll lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours, though get it part wrong, and you'll be greeted by Moz.
Moz.
This would appear to... This...
Let's take a look. Okay. They're gonna
You
save
cannot
it.
access this feature.
Well, fine then. That's annoying. Oh, and it won't even let me... Well, let's see. Comedy of Errors, Titus Andronicus, Taming of the Shrew, Henry VI, Richard III, Venus and Adonis, Two Gentlemen in Verona, Love's Labor's Loss, Midsummer's Night's Dream. A lot of these books came out after this time period. It's crazy. Romeo and Juliet, Merchant of Venice, Much Ado About Nothing, Julius Caesar, Twelfth Night, Hamlet, The Two Noble Kinsmen, All's Well That Ends Well, Measure for Measure, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth, Winter's Tale, Tempest, Perils, Prince of Tyre. Wait, what? Pericles, Prince of Tyre, Henry VIII. Sonnets, Rapunzel, Fox and the Cat, Briar Rose, Little Boy Blue, Hansel and Gretel, Bundevogel, okay, Little Bo Peep, King of Grizzly Beard, Iron Hands, The Turnip, Old Mother Hubbard, The Dog and the Sparrow, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the King of the Golden Mountain, 12 Huntsmen, The Golden Goose, Hickory Dickory Dock, Lily and the Lion, Four Clever Brothers, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, The Elves and the Shoemaker, Queen Bee, The White Snake, The Little Peasant, Tom Thumb, The Willow Wren and the Bear, The Valiant Little Tailor, The Frog Prince, The Fisherman and His Wife, Jack and the Beanstalk, Old King Cole, Cinderella. There was an old woman who lived under a hill. Hey Diddle Diddle, The Cat and the Fiddle, Jack and Jill, Rockabye Baby, Mary Mary, Quite Contrary, How Does Your Garden Grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and marigolds all in a row. I think that's how that goes. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Old Mother Goose, Hop Goes the Weasel, Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Quick, Jack Jumped Over the Candlestick, Ride a Cock Horse to Bradbury Cross, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Okay, Little Jack Horner, Baba Black Sheep, Rumpelstiltskin, Betty Botter, Humpty Dumpty, Little Miss Muffet, The North Wind Doth Blow, Three Little Kittens, Polly Put the Kettle On, She Sells Seashells, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, Pussycat, Pussycat, The Queen of Hearts, There Was a Crooked Man, Song of Sixpence, Rub-a-dub-dub, Three Men in a Tub, Seesaw, Marjorie Daw, To Market, Tommy Tittlemouse, Tom Tom the Piper's Son, Three Blind Mice, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Winkin', Blinkin' and Nod. That's like when I hear that, I think of the movie. It's an old movie. I just had the name. Dennis the Menace. The grandma that lives next door, she says that a poem to him to go to sleep. This Little Piggy. A Tisket, a Tisket. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Five Little Ducks, The Boy in the Barn, A Flea and a Fly, Here We Go, Round the Mulberry Bush, Hush Little Baby, It's Raining, It's Pouring, Itsy Bitsy Spider, Jack Sprat, Knack Knack Paddywhack, Give a Duck a Bone, Little Sally Walker, 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe, 3, 4, Shut the Door, Over in the Meadow, Wee Willy Winky, Beauty and the Beast, Patty Cake, The Owl and the Pussycat, 10 Little Monkeys, Flying Pig, Farmer in the Dell, words, The House That Jack Built, Hark, hark, the dogs do bark. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. The ants go marching. Cobbler, mend my shoe. Goosey, goosey gander. Sticks and stones. One for the sorrow. Draw a pail of water. Who killed Cock Robin? Horsey, horsey. Solomon Grundy. Old MacDonald had a farm. Little Tommy Tucker. Little Robin Redbreast. I saw a ship a-sailing. Piggledy, piggledy, my black hen. Oh, Piglety, piglety, my black hen. Sorry. Bye, 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 baby bunting. Ring around the roses. Three little pigs. Okay, that's one of them, and the other ones are up, like, up here somewhere. Okay. Let's just finish them all. Simple Simon. The Grand Old Duke of York. Elsie Marley. Peas porridge hot. What are little boys made of? The Ugly Duckling. Fish Story. Fiddle-dee-dee. Bat, bat, come under my hat. A Wise Old Owl. Tinker Tailor. Swan, swan over the sea. Swan swam over the sea. Words. Sippity, sippity, sup. She'll be coming around the mountain. Row, row, row your boat. Barber, barber, shave a pig. Riddle me this. Over the river. The Man in the Moon. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Peter Piper. Little Polly Flinders. The Lion and the Unicorn. The Cat in the Hat comes back. And that's it. So we're going to take a look at that again. And make sure.
In the hollow, the writing scrawled on the back cover reads, "If treasure you seek, dear to my heart, tales of fiction is where you must start.
Pardon me, sorry.
Find first the beauty with stepsisters too.
So
Then
Cinderella.
visit the huts that the big bad wolf blew. The girl
Three
with
little
no
pigs.
flock will usher your way to the little old man who spins gold out of hay. Those two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. They'll lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours, though get it part wrong, and you'll be greeted by Mars."
Okay, so we want Cinderella first. Cinderella. And we want Three Little Pigs. And then we wanted... What was the other one?
In the hollow,
Three Little Pigs. The girl who is sure with no flock. That's Bo Peep. And then Rumpelstiltskin. So where's Bo Peep? Little Bo Peep. And then Rumpelstiltskin. And then what was the other one?
in the
Two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide.
writing scrawl.
Two star-crossed lovers. Romeo and Juliet.
A new book has appeared on the third shelf down.
And what does that say? Treasure Island.
You've located the correct book. You pluck it from the shelf and read its title, Treasure Island. What is this? There seems to be a lock binding the cover shut. The keyhole requires a small, thin key.
Okay. Now, we have a key.
It is a shiny silver key. It feels.
Oops, no, I want that.
The
There.
key fits perfectly into the lock. You turn it and hear a soft click. The book is now open.
Okay, now let's take a look at the book.
Skimming through the book, you find that a map has been sketched onto the last page. Close scrutiny reveals it is a top-down layout of the castle and its surrounding grounds. According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves. You shudder, hoping that this is not going to be a case of digging all night while trying to avoid unearthed zombies. There is also a small piece of writing near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
A date and a fate. A second and double of nothing. A date and a fate can be found at the first, a second and double of nothing. Okay, well, we're gonna save it again, and we're gonna save it as riddle. Okay,
You
let's
have no. This is a grand old fiction and.
Okay, let's go down this way.
I wish only one thing as payment for helping you find that book.
Okay.
Of course.
Would you be so kind as to take this bracelet and place it on my mother's grave? I believe she wanted me to have it while I was alive. Now, it seems no longer appropriate to keep it. Thank you. I must retire now. It will not be long before sunrise. Good night, Graham.
Good night, Anastasia.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go down this way. Graveyard. Okay. So we want to look at the bracelet first.
The bracelet looks like it would fit a small wrist. It is a circlet of diamonds surrounded by beautiful sapphires.
That's nice. Well, we're gonna take it out, and we're gonna offer it to these ghosts, right? You said Mother's grave?
As you hold up the bracelet, the ghosts seem to relax slightly. You wonder if it is now safe to approach them and enter the cemetery.
Okay.
Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian, 1646 to 1668, loving parents of Anastasia, beloved son and daughter-in-law of Count Caldor and Countess Lavidia, our enemies be warned. Their untimely deaths shall be avenged.
Aww.
You place the bracelet on the grave. It immediately sinks down into the earth. The ghosts do not respond at first. Then one of them drifts toward you. It nods, almost sadly. The ghost seems to want to say something, but appears unable. Its face, though transparent and hazy, is lined with grief and torment. Its facial features waver into focus. The ghost is female.
Aww.
We understand that our daughter will never be joining us now. No longer do we need wait for her. Now we journey to the realm of the dead, where its Lord waits to judge us. Farewell.
Oh, rest in peace.
You bow your head and cross your heart out of respect. While looking downward, you notice that a beautiful gold ring now lies at your feet.
Oh, well, that's nice.
You feel apprehensive about being... You lift the gold ring from the ground and carefully place it in your pocket.
Oh, that's sad though. I want to take a look at it.
It is a gold wedding band.
Aw. Okay, now we're gonna go read
Mary
some
Ann
graves.
Drinkwater, 1230 to 1266. They had traveled safely for many a day until crossing a bridge along their way. She lost her balance and fell to her fate. He tried to save her, but it was too late. Susanna Somnia, 1195 to 1265. He had put her to bed after she'd had supper, but forgot next morning to stir and wake up her.
What? She just stayed asleep forever?
P. Hogan, date of death 86. Dundee was done from number 1.
Okay.
A year on, and you still look pretty darn good.
Okay.
Boris and Olga. There was an old couple named Olga and Stovich, who in truth made quite a nice pair. They lived with each other for many long years, till they wound up in each other's hair. Date of death 1567.
Okay. That's a little weird.
Count Bartholomew Scrooge, 1017 to 1101. To warnings he would pay no mind. Of his ailing health, his relatives they'd bide their time. After all, he had great wealth. Jacob Scarlett, 1354 to 1411. He would not rise from out of bed, not even to soothe his aching head. Should have heeded what the doctor said. It's too late now, for he is dead. Count Christopher Ivere, 1175 to 1200. The young Ivere, his time so near, said he, my dear, lend me your ear, please do not fear, my life ends here. Alfred Chamberlain, 810 to 810. He'd not seen his first sunrise, felt not the warmth of dawn. All who saw him wept and cried, to this world he'd come stillborn.
Okay.
Samuel Jubilee,
that riddle has to have something.
1255 to 1300. This young man sought to be holy, to save himself from being lowly. He joined the hood and wore their cloth, eventually died from professional sloth.
Okay. Now I just want to read this again.
There's something written near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
A date of fate. So fate is like, everybody has the same fate. We all die. So a first, a double, a first, a double of nothing. So
there is something written near the bottom.
A first, a second, and a double of nothing.
Can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
So 1, 2, and a double of nothing. So we were looking at the, because it's a fate.
Count
so
Christopher Ivere,
1200.
1175 to 1200.
First, a second, a double of nothing. So we want the shovel, and we're gonna dig.
You have no.
Diggy, 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 diggy. We're gonna dig it up and see what we find.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard.
Okay.
There is an open hole. Nervously, you reach down, open the coffin, and look inside. You search through the belongings of the deceased. According to the headstone, they belong to a Count Christopher Ivere. After some tentative searching, you find a parchment. It appears to be the last will and testament of Larman Odnarb, healer. This isn't right. You run your eyes over the parchment. It's dated 1200, the same as the date on the headstone. However, the instructions pertaining to his burial were for Larman to be placed near his family at the church's cemetery. Oh dear.
Oh no. I wonder how messed up that would be. It happened all the time in the past, I'm sure, but like, that would suck. So if that's a church graveyard, we have to go to the church.
The shrouded. The boatman. You climb back into the...
Now we're gonna save it again. So we solved the riddle, so now we're gonna save it as grave. Alright, let's go back. Go back through the woods and get to... I'm gonna go back to the cottage. Okay. We want to go take a look at this.
It is a portrait of a young man. He looks somewhat familiar. You lift the pillow and look beneath it. To your surprise, you discover a small bottle of ointment. A label on the side reads, Wolfbane. Being very careful not to smash it, you take the ointment and put it in your pocket.
Yay. Okay, we're gonna leave again. So I remember there being something else at the church, so let me go. Go. There we go. Now we're gonna go to the church. And we have to be careful because it's nighttime, the wolves will attack at any time. Okay, now we're gonna go into the church.
Your heart beats.
Oh.
Evidently, someone stands at the center of the symbol, as you can see some hair on that part of the floor. There are a number of brown robes on the floor, similar to the one worn by the monk you met earlier.
So creepy.
An odd assortment of stones, trinkets, even bones are spread out around the candles. Apparently, they were part of some ceremony or ritual. A large tapestry now adorns the wall behind the altar. The image on the tapestry bears a depiction of some kind of ceremony or ritual. It is somehow reminiscent of the room you are now standing in.
Yeah, okay.
You look over the book. It is a journal written by Lowolf, head monk of the Church of Kalima. Flipping through it, you see a paragraph with a name you recognize.
It is frustrating as always dealing with Count Caldor and his ilk. He is just like his father, perhaps even worse. He insists that Kalima be pushed forward to enlighten the peasantry. Can he not see that this path leads to ruin? How can the people retain their moral goodness in their minds if their minds are filled with the knowledge of the wider world and all of its sins? So these brothers believe that knowledge is power, and if they believe knowledge is power, there's also the belief that absolute power corrupts absolutely.
You turn a few more pages and choose another interesting-looking paragraph.
I'm quite convinced that Caldor is so blinded by his so-called vision for Kalima that he cannot see the folly of his intentions, and yet he is the Lord of Kalima. To publicly refute him would create confusion and anger in the people. I am a man of patience, and the greatest gift his grace has granted me. Perhaps time will settle this young lord's idealism and grant him sense in the process.
The journal largely contains many entries of similar types and of daily matters of a monk's life. You are about to replace the journal where you found it, but your eye catches a most peculiar passage.
A wonderment was discovered in the forest this night. The spirits of the wild, long thought to be only the legend, appeared to us and saw fit to grant my brethren and I the most blessed of gifts. Such power we now have. Our forms can be abandoned in favor of any other, and I am to be their leader, their most powerful. They are bound to me inextricably. The spirits have made promises of greater things to come for us. Oh, it fills me with such longing. The endless possibilities, what we will achieve with our abilities. I am restless. I must leave for a time. The moon is full, and I feel the urge to join my pack as they run. Perhaps we will hunt. Perhaps we will kill. My mind is now clear, and I know the path before us. It is a path that shall lead us to greatness, and it will begin with the destruction.
The passage ends abruptly.
Excuse me.
There are many pages left to be written on. It is evident that the final passage was written a number of years ago. How strange. You replace the journal, putting it back where you found it.
Well, I want to read it again because I didn't get to finish reading it.
You turn the journal.
It is a path that shall lead us to greatness, and it will begin with the destruction of our nemesis. But now I no longer have the patience to write. I must run. I must hunt. I must.
The passage.
Okay. It's creepy. Ooh, we're at the church now. Okay. So now we gotta find that Hobnard guy.
Rarlop Neven, 985 to 1015. The jester joked his life away until a quip he made one day insulted was a baron's son who had this poor old jester hung.
Okay.
Lester Williamson, 1300 to 1345. Here lies a man who feared all bugs, too scared to even lift his rugs. For if he had, he would have found insects that make little sound, with bites so deadly for their size that surely did cause his demise.
Oh, that's gross. So he was scared of bugs.
Rebecca Twintle,
And ended up
1250
dying
to
by bugs.
1273. In that usual daring way of hers, she threw caution to the wind. Late one eve she risked a venture and went out to sea with him. Totally in love she was, so filled with careless whim that when he threw her overboard, she never thought to swim.
Oh, that
Goulash
sucks.
Thompson, 1370 to 1441. Never in all his living years had he ever seen such sights. For hours did he stare at them, those beautiful, dazzling lights. So happy was he that he had been able to live to see this night. but down a cliff he blindly fell, for the lights had been too bright.
Aw, he was blinded by the light and just walked off the cliff.
Liat O'Maleef, 1200 to 1256. She was a lady with strange habits, who as friends kept only rabbits. When time came her hunger due, her friends all wound up in her stew. The other creatures, also bunnies, found this not remotely funny, so their swift revenge they sought. The kitchen in her sleep they brought, heaved her into the large pot, which was, regretfully, much too hot.
Oh, so she was a rabbit?
Larman Odnarb, 1175 to 1200. Dear old Larman was a healer, cured many a deadly fever. One he caught that bitter day, healed not himself and passed away.
Aw, but that's who we want. Poor Obnard.
Digging. You have no...
Well, let me get to the thingy.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard.
Okay. Boop.
With bated breath, you open the box. There it is, the tiara.
Yay!
As you retrieve the tiara from its final resting place, you let out a loud, relieved sigh. You feel as if the coming sunrise will be the most glorious sight you will ever behold, considering how close you were to never seeing another again. Now don't delay, you still have to get it back to the castle.
Wolf.
You freeze as a wolf's howl sends shivers down your spine. You force yourself to turn and face nothing. Your anxiety must be causing you to hear things.
That's good. Let's sleep.
It is a This collect.
Okay, let's go, go, go. Let's get out of here. Run!
Without warning, a wolf darts out of the dark forest and dashes towards you, and this time it's running directly at you.
Oh no, oh no, no. Okay, Wolfsbane, where are you? There you are. Okay, we're gonna use the Wolfsbane on ourselves.
You rub the Wolfbane ointment all over your skin.
Yay, bye-bye.
Sensing the Wolfbane ointment on your skin, the wolf quickly turns and flees back into the forest.
Okay, bye. Now we're gonna run away.
The Wolfbane ointment has worn off.
Okay, so we are gonna save again, and we're gonna save it as Wolfbane. Now we're gonna go back to the ferryman. Gonna get back to the forest. Huh? Batman? I forgot about this. Frickin' Batman. I totally forgot that was a thing. Oh no, he crashed. Poor Batman. That's funny though. Ah, do we have to do the whole south thing again? If we do. That sucks. Okay, south. Good thing I wrote it down. East. West. South. East. South. West. West. North. West. Okay. Let's go this way.
Something is wrong here. There is no boat, no boatman, and
it's the Wolfies.
No escape. The monk and his pack have tracked you here, and they clearly intend to do nothing less than rip you to pieces. If you're going to do something, now would be a very good time.
Okay, we're going to grab a reed.
You tug.
And where's my needle? There's the needle. Dip the needle in the water.
Very carefully, you bend down and soak the tip of the needle in the foul, toxic water.
Okay, and then we're going to use the needle and the reed.
Silver needle fits perfectly into the end of this hollow reed, making a sturdy pea shooter.
And
the coating of deadly poison makes the needle a lethal projectile.
Okay, and then we're going to shoot the leader guy. Okay, bye-bye. The rest of the wolves run away. Bye-bye.
I see you have met the Brotherhood of the Pack.
Where were you?
Detained. A man who had assumed your appearance boarded my boat. When we reached the other side, I perceived the flaws of his disguise and dispatched him instantly. The Count has been wary of the Brotherhood of the Pack for many years now. In obtaining what he asked for and ridding this land of their leader, you have served him doubly well this night.
Yay! I'm glad we could help him. I'm glad that
The
he's with
shrouded
his love again.
ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side. You re-enter the huge wooden doors and quickly make your way to the castle's main dining room. As expected, you find the Count and Countess awaiting you.
You have performed admirably. Not only have you found the tiara I sought, you have rid me and this land of the deceptive and secretive Brotherhood of the Pack. They have committed many atrocities against my family, such as the deaths of our son and daughter-in-law. I have been forced to remain secluded all these years, unable to serve my homeland as I should, to evade the relentless pursuit of wiping out my entire family line.
Is the Brotherhood really gone? Some of those wolves escaped.
The rest of the pack followed the wolves that ambushed you. However, without their leader, they will find themselves as lost in mind as they are now in body. Whether human, wolf, or any other form, their hastened passage through my swamp will not see a return to their den. Of that I can assure you.
You have trapped them all in the swamp? The entire pack?
An endless flight through the mire awaits them. Should my long-stilled heart ever feel pity again, perhaps one day I shall free them.
As you listen to the Count's cold, unforgiving tone, you thank your lucky stars that he no longer sees you as a threat, at least not for the time being.
I release you from my service, dear king. The nearing dawn no longer signifies an uncertain future for you.
Yay! And we got the gem. Woohoo!
You take the death gem. Finally, you have all 3 stones in your possession. You feel a pang of anticipation as you realize that all you need to do now is take them to the door of destiny.
Yay!
The Countess has nothing.
You said you were the former Lord of Kalima?
Yes.
When did you abdicate?
I didn't. As such, when I became what I am now, ruling this realm lost all meaning to me. All that mattered was the well-being of my dearest treasure.
You flatter me.
It is well deserved. All that mattered to me was her safety. I concerned myself with little else.
And now?
I have recently given thought, too. But no, it is a foolish notion to entertain. The people would never accept me as I am now.
Your statue in the town still stands. The people obviously hold you in high regard even after all the years of your absence.
Perhaps. However, my concern right now is the safety of my family. I have taken steps to ensure that they are better protected from our enemies.
Interesting.
The Count has not.
Alrighty. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I wish you the best, dear king.
A word of advice, King Graham. Once you have found the lady you seek, protect her with all your strength. Never leave her side, and place no importance above that of her well-being. Give your life for hers if it should ever come to that. Love can last an eternity, but your loved one can be lost in an instant. Heed those words, my king, and farewell.
Aww. It's nice of them to be so considerate. Okay. Well, we're gonna head to the docks and head out of the forest.
You climb back.
Meanwhile, you know what I realized? Caldor is an anagram for Dracula. It has all the same letters, just shifted around. Very clever. Hello, why are you... Okay.
He did what?
Well, it would appear that our Count's loyalty was to be questioned after all. Caldor has decided to leave us.
Yeah, right.
Now that Clegane has his wife at his side.
No one has ever left my service before.
Yes, Father, it is most regrettable.
It is unthinkable!
Yes, Father, it is quite unthinkable.
It is up to you then, Sister Agatha.
Yes, Father, it is... pardon?
You will have to deal with it yourself. If Graham dies abroad, the crown will pass to me. And with it, the item will be known to me at long last.
Father, are you sure? It is an ancient legend.
It does exist, and I will find it. Do you hear me, Agatha? Graham is not to return to Daventry alive.
Too bad for you. We're gonna live.
The swamp seems a bit lighter than the last time you were here, and some of the heavy mist has lifted. Day must be dawning.
Yay!
The boatman.
Thank you, boatman. Bye-bye. We're gonna leave. Find ourselves free. Okay. We're gonna go to the sea just to have a better view. Okay. We are free. We now have the birth, growth, and death gem. We have all the gems we need. And with that, we will be going and first we'll head to the town and read up on the library, read another book and all that fun stuff. And then we'll be going to head across the bridge and go to the door. Now, when we get to the door, I will be giving you guys more of a perusal of because there's a lot of options you can choose when you get to the door. You can choose to obviously go to your love, but there's so many other options that are just kind of fun to see. So I'll be showing you all of that, and then I will get over to where we're supposed to be going. And there's also multiple ways that can end too, and I'll be showing you that as well. But this is going to be it for this episode. Next episode will probably be the final episode in the Romancing the Stones part of the King's Quest series. Then we'll be moving on to King's Quest 3. It's going to be it for this one, though. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And always remember, friends don't let friends become a meal for a Nosferatu.